Hey, what's up guys? Will here for GSM Arena. While phones keep getting larger and larger, there are still people out there looking for a compact flagship. With that in mind, this year Apple has come out with the iPhone 12 mini, which offers the features of the latest iPhones in a bite-sized package. So how small is this phone, and is it as good as its larger siblings? Let's find out in our full review. A small iPhone is not really a new concept. We even saw another small one earlier this year, the iPhone SE 2020, which brought back the design of the iPhone 8. But the 12 mini is even tinier than that, with more modern features. You get pretty much the same level of quality as the iPhone 12, just in a more compact form factor. The device is built of glass with a flat, matte aluminum frame, and it really does feel small and light in the hand, weighing in at just 135 grams. Don't be fooled by that though, it's quite durable. The glossy back is covered by Gorilla Glass 6, and the screen has a new shatter and scratch resistant ceramic shield glass. And the iPhone 12 mini has IP68 rated water resistance up to a depth of 6 meters, just like the other iPhone 12 models. Overall, we really like the compact design of the 12 mini. It's the major reason to go for this phone. Everything on screen is easily reachable with one hand. The matte frame lends a nice secure grip, and the phone will fit anywhere quite easily. Let's talk a bit about the display. A Retina XDR OLED screen like you'd get on the other iPhone 12s, but this one is 5.4 inches. It has a 1080p resolution, and the highest pixel density on an iPhone so far at 476 ppi. One downside you will find here is the wide notch cutout at the top for the selfie cam and structured light camera. It's the same size as the notches you'd find on the other iPhones, but on this smaller screen it feels bigger than ever. Still, this OLED display is great. It's responsive, with excellent sharpness and deep blacks. Maximum brightness is respectable at 627 nits, and color accuracy is excellent with full support for DCI-P3 content. And you get True Tone automatic white balance adjustments based on ambient lighting. The only thing we wish the iPhone mini and the other iPhone 12s offered here was a fast screen refresh rate. You just have the standard 60Hz. Even though the iPhone 12 mini is so small, Apple still managed to fit stereo speakers in it, a hybrid setup with one speaker at the bottom and the earpiece acting as the second speaker. These speakers are as loud as the ones on the iPhone 12 and 12 Pro, scoring very good in our test. However, sound quality isn't as good here. While the highs are nice, mids are a bit lacking and there's little to no bass. As you'd expect from a new iPhone, you don't get expandable storage here, but you can choose from 64, 128, or 256 gigs of storage on board. And unlocking the iPhone 12 mini, like on other recent iPhones, is done through the secure and very responsive Face ID. It is worth noting that Face ID won't work with a face covering or mask on though, so in those situations you'd need to enter your PIN instead. The iPhone 12 mini comes with the newest version of iOS 14. If you're coming from an older iPhone, chances are you already have it, so you know what it's like. iOS 14 brings a few new features, including full widget support on the home screen. You can stack these widgets in order to save space, and either swipe through them or set them to be automated. Another new feature is the app library, similar to Android's app drawer. Your apps are added here automatically when you install them, and they're also automatically sorted into different categories. Picture-in-picture mode is a very welcome feature, allowing you to minimize your currently playing video or supported app into a floating window that will hover alongside whatever else you're doing. Great for multitasking. And there's a new shortcut available called Back Tap. You can assign whatever you like to a double or triple tap on the back of the phone. Actually pretty handy. At the heart of the iPhone 12 mini is the same chipset you will find on the other new iPhones. The cutting-edge Apple A14 Bionic chipset, built on a 5nm process. This phone is super fast. In CPU tests, its scores are about 20% higher than what we saw in last year's iPhones, which at the time were already at the top of the charts. GPU scores are an improvement as well, but less of one, about a 10% increase over last year. However, when it comes to heavy gaming, the results aren't as clear of an improvement over other devices, because after the phone heats up from an intensive task, performance will throttle to give the chip a chance to cool down. Still, the overall performance is nothing to sneeze at. And since the A14 Bionic also comes with a Qualcomm 5G modem, you get support for 5G network speeds too. The iPhone 12 mini is the world's smallest 5G capable phone to date. Now on to the iPhone 12 mini's battery life. Its 2200 mAh battery is about 20% smaller than the iPhone 12's. Despite that, it did an okay job in our battery life tests, scoring an endurance rating of 69 hours. It's nothing impressive for a modern flagship though. At least charging speed is pretty good. With an Apple 20-watt power delivery charger, we were able to charge the iPhone 12 mini from 0 to 60% in half an hour. But in case you haven't heard yet, none of the new iPhones come with a charger in the box, so you need to buy one separately if you don't already have one. This year's iPhones bring support for something called MagSafe. You can attach certain magnetic accessories to the back of the phone. Besides things like wallets, this includes the MagSafe wireless charger. We weren't impressed with the results we got from this charger though. It was able to charge the battery from 0 to only 30% in half an hour, and if you use a generic Qi charger, this will be even slower. Let's move on to the dual camera setup, which is the same as the regular iPhone 12's. There's a 12 megapixel main camera with OIS, with a wider aperture than last year's iPhones, and a 12 megapixel fixed focus ultra wide cam, which has night mode support this year. Photos from the main cam look good, with well-handled noise, accurate white balance and colors, nice contrast, above average dynamic range, and overall good detail. However, just as we observed on the regular iPhone 12, fine and intricate details like foliage are rather mediocre looking. This subpar rendition is often combined with over-sharpening. Portraits are shot with the main camera and look brilliant. They are sharp and rich in detail, with true-to-life colors, superb contrast, confident separation, and natural-looking backgrounds. Shots from the ultra-wide camera are very wide indeed, and the distortion correction does an excellent job. These photos have reasonably low noise, good contrast, and true-to-life colors. Detail is just average here though. If you're shooting in low light, the iPhone 12 mini will automatically make the switch to night mode. These photos come out quickly, and the ones from the main cam look great. They're sharp and detailed with low noise, well-balanced exposure, and well-preserved highlights. There's good color saturation and nice contrast too. You can opt out of night mode, and the result is a photo with lower sharpness and contrast, less saturated colors, and more noise. It's still pretty good though. Auto night mode shots from the ultra-wide cam are pretty usable, with balanced exposure and preserved highlights. There's enough detail and colors are true to life. The photos overall are rather noisy and soft though. Disabling night mode on the ultra-wide cam will get you very soft and noisy images with washed out colors, so better to leave it on. Now on to selfies from the 12 megapixel front-facing cam. You have a choice between two different framing modes, a 12 megapixel wide mode, or a cropped-in 7 megapixel one with tighter framing. These selfies are class-leading, with great detail and contrast, nice colors, and well-handled noise. The HDR is well-balanced too, giving a natural look. Selfie portraits are great thanks to the 3D camera. These come out in 7 megapixels and have outstanding subject separation. Night mode is available on the selfie cam too, and it does brighten the whole photo and exposes more detail. The images are still soft and noisy, but usable. You can shoot selfie videos in 4K resolution, and these are excellent with very good detail. Now on to video captured with the rear cameras, starting with the main one. 4K footage is excellent, with great contrast, low noise, impressive dynamic range, and true-to-life colors. Fine detail is a little lacking, but it's hard to notice that. 4K footage from the ultra-wide is decent, but not great. While you do get excellent contrast, colors, and dynamic range, the resolve detail is just okay. In low light, 4K videos from the main cam look good. They're detailed enough with nice colors and reasonably low noise. Electronic stabilization is available on all cameras, resolutions, and FPS options. It works great, as it always has on the iPhones. And like the rest of the iPhone 12 series, you can capture HDR videos straight into the Dolby Vision Dynamic HDR video format. The color-boosting Dolby Vision information is saved separately, so the video will look normal on a non-HDR player or screen. So that's the iPhone 12 mini. You don't see compact flagships too often these days, and this one is great, with its durable build quality, excellent OLED screen, lightning-fast chipset, stereo speakers, good cameras, and decent battery life for the size. You get basically the same experience as the regular iPhone 12, just smaller. Besides a few nitpicks like the lack of a high refresh rate on this screen and no charger in the box, there's not a whole lot to complain about here. I would say that this isn't a device for heavy gaming, since the thermals aren't ideal and the battery is smaller than most alternatives. But if you're looking for a tiny, pocket-friendly phone with the latest flagship features and plenty of software support down the road, the iPhone 12 mini is definitely worth recommending. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe and see you on the next one.